Have you ever had a dream so vivid, so real, that when you woke up, you had to take a moment to remember where you were? Those colorful, chaotic, beautiful worlds we build every night. What if they were more than just random firings of our neurons? What if they were a vital part of our reality? Imagine a world not too different from our own, where one day, people just stopped dreaming. No more flying, no more talking to long-lost relatives. No more showing up to an exam naked. Sleep becomes a flat, gray, silent void. A complete and total blank for everyone, except for one person. Let's call her Ilara. Ilara is the last dreamer. While the rest of the world experiences an empty 8-hour abyss, her nights are still filled with vibrant color, sprawling narratives, and impossible adventures. At first, it's just a strange, isolating quirk. She tries to talk about her dreams, but people just stare at her, confused. The word dream starts to lose its meaning, fading from conversations like a forgotten song. People are more tired, more listless, but nobody can quite put their finger on why. The spark of imagination that dreams ignite is slowly being extinguished from the collective human consciousness. Ilara's dreams, however, begin to change. They grow more intense, more structured, and there's a new presence lurking in the corners, a shadow that seems to hunger for the light and color of her dreamscapes. This isn't just a nightmare figure. It's intelligent, ancient, and it's communicating with her. Through fragmented visions and terrifying encounters, she starts to piece together a horrifying truth. Our collective dreaming, the psychic energy from billions of minds every single night, wasn't just a biological byproduct. It was food. It was a cosmic buffet that kept an ancient, powerful entity satisfied and dormant. This being, let's call it the Dream Eater, has existed for eons, passively feeding on the narrative energy of entire civilizations. But now, its food source has vanished. The world has gone silent, and the Dream Eater is starving, and it has found Ilara. She is the last course, the final, vibrant, delicious meal in a world of gray. Her dreams are no longer a sanctuary. They are a battlefield. The moment she closes her eyes, she's no longer safe in her bed. She is transported to a high-stakes arena where the very fabric of her reality is the prize. Think about the unique horror of this. The threat isn't a monster that can break down your door. It can't be stopped with locks or weapons in the waking world. The danger exists exclusively in the one place you are most vulnerable, your own mind. Every night, Ilara has to fight. She learns to manipulate her dream worlds, to build defenses out of memories, to forge weapons from her own imagination. One night, she might be a knight in a sprawling fantasy epic, defending a castle made of moonlight from a creeping, formless shadow. The next, she's a starship captain, navigating through a nebula of forgotten fears, where the entity is a black hole, threatening to pull her in. These battles are as beautiful as they are terrifying. The Dream Eater isn't just a brute, it's a master of psychological warfare. It uses her deepest insecurities, her most cherished memories, her greatest fears against her. It can twist a loving memory of her mother into a grotesque mockery. It can take the form of her own reflection, whispering that giving up would be so much easier, that the world doesn't even remember what it's missing. Why is she fighting so hard for something no one else values? And the stakes are higher than just life or death. If the Dream Eater consumes her, she won't just die. She will be erased, utterly and completely. Every memory of her, every photograph, every trace that she ever existed will vanish from the world. It will be as if she were never born. But the consequence is even more profound. Witergone. The last narrative dream will be extinguished. The very concept of dreaming, the idea itself, will be consumed and erased from human history and consciousness forever. The world wouldn't just lose a person, it would lose an entire dimension of its own soul without ever knowing it was gone. This puts Ilara in an impossible position. To stay alive, she must stay awake. But the human body can only go so long without sleep. Every waking hour is a countdown. The exhaustion makes her weak, blurring the lines between the waking world and the dream world. Shadows in her peripheral vision seem to move. She hears whispers in silent rooms. Is the entity starting to break through the veil? Or is she just losing her mind? Her fight is completely solitary. How do you explain to a doctor that a cosmic horror is trying to eat your soul when you fall asleep? They'd just prescribe sleeping pills, which would be a death sentence. She's alone, armed only with her wits and a rapidly diminishing supply of caffeine. She dives into ancient texts, occult websites, forgotten folklore, anything that might give her a clue about what this thing is and how to fight it. Is there a way to sever its connection to her? A way to wake the rest of the world up and get them dreaming again? Or is her only option to somehow defeat this timeless being in its own realm? Imagine the climax of this story. After weeks of sleep deprivation, on the brink of collapse, Alara knows she can't hold on any longer. She has to go in, but this time, not to defend, but to attack. She prepares meticulously in the waking world, setting up sensory triggers, sounds, even pain to try and keep her anchored, to give her an edge. When she finally lets herself fall asleep, it's the ultimate confrontation. It's not a battle in a single dreamscape, but a chaotic, terrifying journey through the collective unconscious itself. She's thrown through fragments of other people's lost, gray voids, seeing the emptiness that has consumed the world. She finally confronts the Dream Eater in its true form, not a simple shadow, but a being of pure, conceptual hunger. A void that reflects her own terror back at her. The fight isn't won with a sword or a spell. It's a battle of wills. A battle of narrative. She has to create a story more powerful than the entity's hunger. A dream so compelling, so full of open life and meaning that it cannot be consumed. A dream that defines her existence, proving that she is more than just a meal. She has to dream the dream that saves the world. What do you think? Could you survive if your dreams were the only thing keeping a cosmic horror at bay? What kind of dream would you create to fight for your very existence? It's a terrifying thought that the most private part of our lives could be a battleground for the fate of reality. It definitely makes you think twice about what happens when you close your eyes at night. Thanks for watching. If you liked this deep dive into a story concept, hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments what kind of stories you'd like me to explore next. Until then, sweet dreams. You might need. Might need them.